Hi. Hey, Marian LaSalle here. This is Marketing Ideas That Work. It's 11 o'clock Central Time, and we're here every Tuesday. So sometimes we have guests. Sometimes it's just Russ Johns. Sometimes it's me, Marian LaSalle. And sometimes we just have an idea that we want to share with you. So we could have a guest, or we could be by ourselves or together. And what I love about that is it's real. There is no editing. So when you see us, it's the real deal. Now, I know that a lot of you feel terrified at that you might say something that you shouldn't. You want to edit it out. But you know what? If you do it enough, if you are authentic and can just show up the way you are, you'll be surprised at what can happen. I would love to walk you through this. I've been doing it for a long time. And I think because of that, I'm not afraid. I can just turn the camera on, and I always have something of value to share because that's how my mindset works. Now, if your mindset is on, oh, I have to edit everything, then it may take a little time. It may take a little time for you to think about what you want to say. You might want to have a script with you, that type of thing, and that's fine. No problem at all. Don't worry about that. So I see Sharon is here. Hello, Sharon. And I also would like to make sure that you know that you can come in. You can come into the green room and be a guest on our show at any time. Well, not any time. If we have a scheduled guest, we won't. But if Sharon wants to come in and hang out with me, that's great. No problem at all. So I just want you to know that over the last 25 years, I have been helping people get online. Now, sometimes people just want to get online to be silly, and some people have a real product, service, or something they need to share. It's like part of them. And I've met all different kinds. Sometimes people want to start a business, but they're not willing to share themselves, or they're not willing to do any sales or marketing, and they'll soon find out that it doesn't work. You really have to just bite the bullet and go for it. I remember one time, and this is a great story. I love telling stories. This is a great story. So if you can relate, let me know. I would really appreciate hearing more stories from you all. So in the early stages of my careers, and I do say careers because I do a lot of different things. In the early stages, I did want to be included. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a trainer. I wanted to share, but I was nervous. I didn't know that I had anything to say, but people started asking me, Marian, will you be a guest on my show? Will you, do this for me? Will you set this up for me? Okay. So I had to come out from behind the camera, behind the computer, and actually show up. So bear with me here. This is fun. A friend of mine who was in an international company, it was an international women's group. They had a chapter here in the Houston area. And she said, would you come on the radio? Now, this is a radio show. No one's going to see me. It's just a radio show. And I'd really like to interview you about your business. At that time, I had a computer networking business, small business owners like IT-related information that they needed, information services, all different types of businesses like law firms and medical offices. Anyway, I said, sure. I don't know why I said yes, because I didn't know even what she was going to ask me, but I figured she'd had a reason. So I'm hearing, that they're getting ready to announce my name. I hear them telling everybody about my credentials and everything. And as she's talking, it's almost like I went into another world. I started panicking. I started hyperventilating. And my business partner just happened to be sitting next to me, and she said, what's going on over there? Are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm getting ready to go on a radio show. I don't think I can do it. And I handed the phone to her. This is back in the day when they had regular phones, not a cell phone. Anyway, she looked at me like I had just stabbed her best friend. And she said a cuss word and said, "No, you decided you were going to do this. Now you do it." After I calmed down a little bit, it took a while, but after I calmed down a little bit, the flow, she started asking me questions about things I knew, and I was fine. So I have a story to tell about that as well. After the interview, I'm talking to this nice lady, and she said, "Marian, I thought you were having sex because you were..." Isn't that funny? I think that is hilarious. She thought I was having sex while I'm on the phone with her. She didn't know I was nervous. She just knew my breath was having a hard time. So I thought that was really funny, and I'm just thrilled at I'm thrilled that I had the courage to go forward after that. I haven't looked back. Literally, if you want to market your business, if you want to do something, you're going to have to just get over it, or hire somebody that is not afraid, like me, right? But don't worry about it. I can teach you tips and tricks on how to handle that. So another one of my tricks is when you're speaking. So a lot of times people want to speak about their business, and it brings them clients. So that's a great way to market yourself, is to get out and speak. Well, according to the statistics, people would rather be in a casket than to be behind, in front of the camera. So that's another thing that you might have to get over, or you might have to hire somebody that's not afraid. Either way, I think you can do this. Okay. So here's what you do. I'm in the technology industry, so I usually will have a gadget or something to take just a few seconds, like 30 seconds away from, and here she is, Marian LaSalle. Well, your heart's racing, no matter how many times you've done it. You walk up to the podium in front of the audience, and if there's 5 people, 100 people, 500 people, it doesn't matter. There's a few seconds that really can throw you off. So what I do is I distract them. Now, some people will say, ask them a question, and as they're thinking about the answer to the question, a little time goes by, and you don't have to worry about it. But I really don't think that just a question would work for me. So I always have some kind of gadget with me. Now, it may be as simple as a cell phone. You may just hold up your phone and say, "Do you know what this is?" And people will start guessing. A cell phone, it's a marketing tool. That's what it is. So in whatever industry you're in, you can find some kind of gadget that you can talk to them about. It brings the attention just for a minute away from that. So I'll give you an example of one of the ones that I've done many times. There is a spy gadget that looks like a flash drive, a thumb drive, whatever you want to call it. It just fits into your computer, and you can upload and download all kinds of information, data. So I found a spy gadget that was really a recorder. So you just turn it on. You can put it on a string on your neck and record yourself speaking, or you can just lay it on the mantle and listen to what people are saying in the room when you're not there. But I used it for a lot of different things. I didn't use it as a spy gadget, but I just thought it was fascinating. And then as soon as you have your recording finished, you plug it into your computer and you upload the file. So most people have never heard of that. I don't know how I did, but I was able to find it. I ordered a whole bunch of them, and I used them as a giveaway. So that was the first thing I would say. Does anybody know what this is? And I would show it around the room, and they would say thumb drive, flash drive, whatever they were calling it. And I'd say, yes, 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 and then I would tell them what it was. Well, now that took the time for me to calm down. Do you see where I'm going with this? You can find tips and tricks to help you market your ideas, your business, that are not uncomfortable, or make them less uncomfortable for you. So those are just some of the things that have happened that I feel I can relate to and help people through. So a long time ago, we decided we were going to offer videos. We were going to actually show up with the lights, camera, and the action, and we were going to help our business owners market their ideas with video cameras. Well, it didn't take me long, just a couple of years, to realize that I'm not doing that anymore. You know why? Because if you're not prepared, you typically, not you, but some people melt down. I literally had one lady who was an insurance agent, and she paid the price to have us come out. The crew came out, lights, camera, action, and she melted down. We couldn't even record that day. So we scheduled another time, and I worked with the salesperson that sold them on this idea, and I worked with everybody to get her prepared. Well, unfortunately, even that was not enough. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to charge this lady for having our crew come out twice. I'm not going to charge her anything at all, because it was so traumatic for her that it just wasn't worth it. And I thought, you know what, there's got to be a better way. So we've come up with all kinds of great tools that we can use to share your voice with pictures. So it's a regular video. We call it a social video. So we can use your voiceover, or we can use words and images and music and make it into a really nice marketing video for you. And you don't ever have to show up. So that's one way around it. So you see where I'm going with this? I have found over the years ways that you can market your ideas, because I know you have them. I know you have great businesses. I know you have ideas that you need to share out in the world, but you don't know how. So feel free at any time to contact us, me or anybody else here at Agency 258, and we'll help you come up with the right way to market your ideas. Now, I do work from home. As you can tell, my little puppy is barking in the background, and usually I can distract her with little something. So once again, here you go, Pumpkin. Oh, that's another thing I did. I call my dog, Brinkley, Pumpkin all the time. And somebody asked me the other day, is your dog's name Pumpkin? No, it's Brinkley. And someday I'll share her with you. So if you have any questions, or you have any problems coming up with marketing ideas that will work for you, I would be happy to talk with you at any time. Anybody on our staff would be happy to talk to you at any time. No problem at all. Okay, so let's change the subject. Instead of being afraid and showing up and doing all that, let's take a couple of questions from the audience. So let's see what we have over here. Okay. Just give me 1 second here, and I'm going to pull up a whole list of questions I've been getting that people just are interested in. Okay. So one of the biggest questions that I get is, how can I market my information? How can I get a YouTube channel up or an iTunes show going? What's the best way for me? So I, of course, would have to have probably a conversation with you before we decide exactly what to do. And that's a big thing. Sometimes a full website is just not the thing for you. Sometimes it's not necessary. Believe it or not, we've had clients that have had a $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 website, and it does nothing because they didn't think about it ahead of time. You know, build it and they don't come. So you have to think about all the different things that are happening today, because it's changing. Things are changing. All the companies out there that used to offer free marketing, they're not doing that anymore. So you have to think about, what is it, your product, what is your service, what is your company about, and what kind of marketing can I use? So if we decide it's YouTube, if we decide that it's a podcast that one of your marketing tools is, that's great. The first thing I would do is go and look, go and listen. check out what your competitors are doing, or check out what other people are doing so you can get some ideas. I have a client, we have a client that doesn't even have a website. She makes loads of money. She's on YouTube, and she has resonated with an audience. And I'm telling you, they will block off blocks in New York City when she comes. It's amazing at what you can do on YouTube. You can't just open up a channel, just like a website. You can't just open up a channel, get on camera, and hope that they'll come. There are things you have to do. So don't think that you're just going to instantly be a success because it happened to somebody. Usually, when it looks really easy, they've been working years at trying to come up with other things. They've tried all these different things. So have a plan. Check out what's happening now. Do some research, or hire somebody that already knows all the research. Figure out what's the best comfortable way for you. Sometimes you have to come out of your comfort zone. I know, I understand that. But here's the biggest thing that I want to pull your attention to. If you don't have to make that mistake, if you can learn from someone else, watching a 30-minute video, or taking a course, or hiring a company, or just doing the research yourself. If you don't have to make that mistake that costs you money and time, and maybe your safety, because yes, there are some people who have started YouTube channels that have had to close them down because of safety issues. Just have a conversation with somebody who's been there before. Get a mentor. If you just go out there willy-nilly and try doing stuff, you're going to waste your time, your money, and your safety may be in danger. Okay, so don't do that. There's no need for it. Today, things are different. Things can go viral, or things can stall. And if someone has been there before and they can share that with you, it really is worth the time and the effort. Okay, so some of the marketing ideas that are working today, every time we interview someone, we always ask that question: what's working for you, and what have you tried that's not working anymore? So it depends if it's a brick and mortar or if it's a company that is online. I'm going to give you an example of a multi-level marketing company, a coach, and a couple other different companies or ideas that this will work for. Okay, so if you have a part-time gig with a multi-level marketing company, or if you are a coach, think about this, because I believe that this will help you. Say you are getting ready to do an event, whether it's your event or your company's event. If you're a multi-level marketing company, it's not your event, but you need to invite people there that may sign up for your product or service, or start a business under you. If you're a coach, if you're somebody who has a product or a service, if you're all alone, if you're the type of person that really needs people to see your stuff, you might want to start speaking. You might want to get people, they call them butts and seats. and I get asked all the time, what social media should I try? Should I learn? And I'm not on Twitter yet. Should I go and try to market this on Twitter? No. I know you don't want to hear this. I know it. No. If you're just starting out and you don't have an audience, you don't have a big list, no. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your effort, your money. You're going to get frustrated. Don't do it. I know you're not going to want to hear this. And if I get hate mail, I'm sorry. Pick up the phone. Call me, not me. Call the people that you want to invite. Text them, call them, send them an email. Don't rely on social media. It doesn't work. Of course, you want to build up your audience, and there could be lots of different ways to do that. A YouTube channel, an iTunes. Somebody could just happen upon your channel because you're on iTunes. Absolutely. But if you really need people to come to your event, if you really need people that you need to talk to right now, starting a Facebook group or channel or some kind, it's not going to help. It's not going to work. So don't worry about it. I can walk you through it. I know most people don't like picking up the phone. And see, I don't understand that because I would rather talk to you than anything. I'd rather get on the phone or on a video chat and let's have a conversation, you and me, or even a group. I do a lot of training, like blogging and things like that on YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry. I use Zoom. To me, there's nothing like that. A real face-to-face. Let me see your eyes. Let's connect, right? I do a lot of networking events and things like that. That's the way to go. A real connection. Let's build a relationship. Let's forget this. Oh, it's free. It's free. Just post your stuff on Twitter. No. I've been doing this for 25 years. That's just not the way to do it. Now, there is one exception, and that is if you have a lot of money for paid ads. That is one way that you can use social media that may get you the results that you're looking for, depending on your product, your service, your ideas, whether you're trying to get somebody to an event or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of an idea I had and how I made it work. It really did work. Okay, so I wanted to do a pop-up party. Have you ever heard of a pop-up party? So my end goal was to build relationships with people, get to know them, hopefully in the long run, more people will know about my business and want to get to know me, right? So that's my idea. I want a pop-up party because I love networking. I love people. I love networking and people and just all the cool stuff and expos. If you're doing an expo, call me because I'll be there. So anyway, I thought, okay, I could have easily had my tech team design a really cool graphic, put it up on social media, and hope and pray that people show up. But guess what? I'm not gonna. Nope. So my strategy was to pick up the phone. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? So yes, I had phone numbers of people that really I could call them. But they also needed something to click on. So I went to Eventbrite and I did a graphic, of course. I wrote up my proposal, which was come to my cool pop-up party. And I only invited business owners because that's who I want to connect with. People that want to build a business, people that are already in a business, people that, are trying to get their products, their ideas out into the world. That's my audience. So I set up Eventbrite. I added all the people that I wanted to with their email addresses. I had their phone numbers because remember, we're creating a relationship with people. So I set all that up and then I contacted the people that had big audiences in the Houston area. And when I say big, I don't mean like huge big. I'm talking about, they have at least 50 people in their network. Okay, so other people who have networking ideas, businesses, networking groups, things like that, I contacted them by phone and said, hey, I'm having this pop-up party. Would you like to invite your people to come? There will be nothing, there's no sales pitch or anything. It's just a fun way to get together. And we had it at a local restaurant that offered food and drinks. And we had it from like 4:30 to 7. That way, if people were getting off early, they could come before rush hour. If they got off work before they left for home, they could come and hang out with us. And then after rush hour, go home. It was a hit. Let me tell you. And did I have people asking me to put booths and tables up? And I could have made a lot of money there. Seriously. And that's how I did it. Just think about your plan ahead of time. How are you going to contact people? And if you, like I said, if you rely on social media only, you're gonna really be wasting your time and effort. Okay, so we're coming to an end. I don't see any more questions in the sidebar here. But if you want to get a hold of me, you know how to do it. Go to agency258.com, and there's a connect. There's a lot of different ways that you can connect. Sign up for our newsletter. Every week we have this great newsletter that goes out that not only gives you where we're going to be, the networking events that we're hosting this month, it also has information about products and services that are being offered by our community. And I really just want to hear from you. So if you sign up for our newsletter, it's at the top of agency258.com, just at the top, sign up, and just hit reply and tell me what you want to do. All right? I look forward to seeing you at our next event. I look forward to you calling me so that we can discuss your marketing ideas that you want to share with the world. I know you have great products. I know you have great services. And I love that. I get a thrill out of helping people. So let's do it. Come on. Don't waste any more time. Go to agency258.com and connect with me now. All right. All right. I see you every single Tuesday at 11 o'clock right here on iTunes, YouTube, and a lot of different channels. Wherever you're listening or watching this, I thank you. And I really appreciate you. And I want to connect with you. So don't waste any more time. Contact me today. So I'll see you again next week, Tuesday, 11 o'clock, right here on Crowdcast. That's crowdcast.io/marketing ideas that work. All right. Bye. See you next time. Bye. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. All right. You can.